Why is there a fire happening right now?
There are multiple fires that are taking place.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're the news though. You're supposed to know.
Well, I don't know how it started. We don't know how it started. There, you know,
I think
winds.
it's all the gay people in LA.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
We got the
unacceptable.
Unacceptable. However,
then the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of the heavens.
I kid, of course. I don't think it's their fault. Okay. I don't think the Lord moves in such mysterious ways. I mean, if he did, Sydney in Australia would look like Pompeii, wouldn't it? Mind you, there is that plague of megabats.
The bats came and they are just out of control. We just can't do anything because of them.
The point is, I don't think we should be sitting around playing the blame game. That's exactly what our reptilian overlords would want.
Saltwater crocodiles in Indonesia have apparently learned how to pretend to be drowning to lure humans in who they view as prey, who they then obviously eat.
And then we told them it was saltwater crocodiles.
Divide and conquer. No one's going to divide me and the gay community. I have a huge gay following.
I don't even know any huge gay people.
Me and the gay community are like that. The point is, in today's video, we are going to get to the bottom of what's going on in LA and the fires, the forest fires, because that's just the arc that this channel is going through at the moment. We're tackling politics and world affairs every day head on, and we're not going to sugarcoat anything. If it does turn out that, you know, it's their fault, that community, which it won't, obviously. I don't think that God is castigating Los Angeles for, you know, all the debauchery. Of course not. Of course that's not what's happening. But if it were the case, you would hear it here first, right? Here on the Daniel Boland Show, we are doing our best to work out what the hell is going on.
Who's Daniel Boland? Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
All this is the water's edge. The ocean is the front yard of all these houses.
So, as horrifying as those scenes really are, I do want Californians to rest assured that everything's going to be okay, all right? California is a serious place. The media and the authorities in Los Angeles and California as a whole are taking this all very seriously.
They're on 4.
Shopping, a place to eat. And as you can see here behind me, it's been completely wiped away. There are still flames burning from multiple buildings here and smoke rising from the ash. Again, this is where the community would be at a time of...
Oh, big whoop. Much ado about nothing. This is Hollywood, of course. The newsreader is going to have a couple of clothes pegs on his fire jacket to make himself look more svelte. For the camera. The camera adds £10. Everyone knows that. It's not his job to sort out the fires. He's just there to look gorgeous while everything's burning down. But the authorities, they've got it all under control. Don't worry.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today?
Can you back up, appreciate it.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position? Madam Mayor, have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today who are dealing with this disaster? No apology for them? Do you think you should have been visiting Ghana while this was unfolding back home?
All right, let's not get all petty, okay? Just because the mayor of LA wasn't in LA when it was burning down and when all the fire warnings were coming, I don't think the people of Los Angeles will fail to understand that Karen Bass has fatter bass to fry than looking out for LA. She's the mayor of LA. She needs to be in Ghana for the election of the president of Ghana. Imagine if the mayor of LA was not at the inauguration of the Ghanaian president. Then what? You want to talk about fires? There would be hell to pay if she missed that date. The mayor. What's the mayor gonna do? Is she gonna be there working the fire hydrants? No. That's not what I meant when I said the authorities. I was talking about the fire department, obviously. They've got it all under control.
I'm super inspired.
She took time out of her already busy schedule to...
What a spaz. All right, let's carry on.
To tell us about her vision for the department's future, one that includes a 3-year strategic plan to increase diversity.
Wise words from a wise lady, I assume. If there's one thing that fire hates, it's diversity.
People ask me, well, what number are you looking for? I say, I'm not looking for a number. It's never enough.
Someone should make that into a little meme, shouldn't they? A little Instagram reel. The kind of thing I see when I'm doom scrolling through social media. I see all you creative young people making memes like that. Me, when they ask me how much I'm planning on drinking tonight.
I'm not looking for a number. It's never enough.
Out of 3,300 city firefighters, only 115 are women right now. She's already looking at ways to change that.
Oh, good. She's going to force them to transition. You know, I think it's about bloody time. All these self-absorbed, La Land lunatics over there in Hollywood got their priorities in order. It's like they couldn't care less that fewer than 5% of all the firefighters in Los Angeles are women, so long as somebody puts the flames out that are burning their houses to the ground. You know, it's all me.
She's quick to point out that doing so has a greater purpose, attracting the best and brightest for the job.
They feel included, they feel valued, and they feel part of a cohesive team.
The chief also checks another box when it comes to inclusivity and diversity at this department. She's a proud member of the LGBTQ community.
Who cares what you do in your bedroom, you stupid whore?
Okay, so the media, the mayor of LA, and the LA Fire Department have their flaws, but you can always rely on the top guy. You know, if all else fails, the federal government can get involved. Biden's got your back, LA. Don't worry.
We got a notification yesterday that their home was probably burning down.
Gutting.
Today, there's a lady still standing. I'm not sure. But the good news is, I'm a great grandfather.
Every cloud.
As of today, I was granddaughter. Then I'm a baby girl, a baby boy. So I remember this day for a while. I'm on research. Thank you, press.
You're still thinking about the bad news, aren't you?
All right, well, you know, I still don't think it's very helpful that people are making memes like these on the internet. Look at that, Mother Biden there helping Ukraine into the pool as California drowns. I mean, that's ironic, actually, isn't it? Because I'll bet they wish they were drowning. And what's this here? California residents trying to get financial aid after the wildfire. Oh, look at them daubing their doors with the Ukraine flag. That's really distasteful, if you ask me. Well, I guess there's still President-elect. I wonder if he's got any ideas.
We started talking about this community of Palos Verdes. We talked about California. We have fires raging to the east.
I agree.
What will you do to help people in this state whose homes are being damaged again and again, or are falling, off of these cliffs right behind us, or burned down, or for the people across the country whose homes are jeopardized by natural disaster?
This is my favorite question of the day. You're asking me what would I do for... Let's talk California first. Is that okay? You mind? So, I was riding with Devin Nunes and some congressmen 4 years ago. I was riding up north in California. And I looked at these fields that were massive. I was telling John, right? My favorite question. I love that somebody would ask me this question. And I never told you to do it, right? Who are you with?
Spectrum News.
Good. Spectrum. It's good. New, hot, right? It's hot. It's doing well. But that's because you ask good questions. So what happened, I'm saying why I look at this field, and it's massive. And in the middle of the field is a little spot of the most green, plush land you've ever seen. I said, and then I'd see another one. These little plots, like 1 and 2 acres, and you'd have 1,000 acres that's barren and dead and dark. And I said, what's the problem here? What is that green acreage? You know, that soil is unbelievably fertile, but they have no water. I said, so do you have a drought? No, we don't have a drought. We have the water is cut off upstate, up in the north. You know that? And the water, in order to protect a certain little tiny fish called a smelt, they send millions and millions of gallons of water out to the Pacific Ocean, way up north. Never even gets close to here. And you know, in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills, all these rich areas, they want to give you like 38 gallons of water to use. You buy a house for a lot of money and then you're allowed to use 38 gallons of water. But you have no water down here. And the reason you have no water, you have the canals. The reason you have no water is because Gavin Newsom didn't want to do it. I had it all done. I had the Department of Commerce at the time. Believe it or not, they're the ones that rule on this particular issue. So you have millions of gallons of water pouring down from the north with the snow caps in Canada and all pouring down. And they have essentially a very large faucet. And you turn the faucet, and it takes 1 day to turn it. It's massive. It's as big as the wall of that building right there behind you. And you turn that, and all of that water goes aimlessly into the Pacific. And if they turned it back, all of that water would come right down here and right into Los Angeles. They wouldn't have to have people not use more than 30 gallons and 32 gallons. They want to do that, you know. They're trying to do that. And you have so much water, and all those fields that are right now barren, the farmers would have all the water they needed. And you could revert water up into the hills where you have all the dead forests, where the forests are so brittle. Because no place is like California. I go to Austria.
Austria? Coincidence?
Very good, Terence!
I'm sorry, I'm being silly. I'll let Trump finish, and then I'll give my hot take, okay?
The head of Austria tells me, you know, we have trees that are much more flammable than what you have in California. We never have forest fires because they maintain their forests. And you have all that water that could be used as water, what they call water flow.
All right, you get the gist of it. Basically, Trump sees a very simple solution. There's a giant faucet that you can turn, apparently, which sends loads of water to Los Angeles, which is crazy. Does anyone know if that's true? And we've tried blaming everyone. We've tried blaming the LGBTQs, the fire department that's gone all woke, the mayor who's in Ghana for some reason, Joe Biden, who God knows where he is, but he's a great-grandfather. That's something. But it turns out, the whole time, we should all have been blaming this idiot, the smelt, right? Because it's his fault that there ain't no water coming. If this all turns out to be true, that would be mental. If everyone in Los Angeles' houses are burning down because of this bastard right here.
And the water is going to come all the way down to Los Angeles, and you're going to have more water than you ever saw. And the smelt is not making it anyway. In fact, they make and grow smelt because it dies all the way up and down the line, and they put stuff that was artificially made. You know that.
Yeah, we know. Anyway, I guess let's end on a little bit of a positive note. This lady here. So, while not everybody's exactly covering themselves in glory over this whole thing, there are some heroes. Dr. Annie Harvilich, or however that's pronounced, A veterinarian bravely risked her life to help rescue dogs, cats, and a rabbit from the path of the Pacific Palisades fire as their owners were forced to flee. Apparently, she saved 41 pets in total from the wildfires. And here you have her. Oh, that warms your heart, doesn't it? Look at her with the doggos there. But I have to say, this guy is my favorite. He has been through some shit. Look at that. That is a great photo. And, you know, I'm sure there are loads of people doing a great job, a better job than I would ever do in a situation like this. All the firefighters working without rest. And so, yeah, let's, I guess, not make light of everything. Not everything can be a joke, Danny. All right. I guess we'll call it a night. If you've enjoyed tonight's video, give it a like, let me know what you thought in the comments, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and join my Patreon if you want to get some access to some exclusive videos that I'm doing on there, and you can help out with the channel even further. Let's play the outro video.